Salam, family, salam. We are going to a fast life, and we're gonna talk about see me, sister offensa. We're gonna talk about prostitution. Okay, I'm gonna start. Family, I'm gonna start with the pact, or what is evil. You know, evil. If we talk about something that is evil, we do not talk about something that is normal. This means everything that goes abstract against the laws, or something that is unnormal. This is that we describe as evil. So killing, raping, fighting, everything that hurts another person, or something that is against the law. This is what we describe as evil. But how does evil start? This is what we have to ask ourselves. How does evil start? Evil start with spirits. This is something that people have to know. Spirits. So there is no evil that is happening in this world where you can't find spirit behind it. Evil comes from spirit. Okay? So now, there is a song that I used to hear a lot in the time that I was young. This song's called "Me and the Devil Walking Side by Side." So every one of us knows that he has good thoughts and he have bad thoughts, etc. Right? But this is something that is something that is really, really normal. It's nothing that people should, this is nothing that people should, be moved from, because it is normal to think, to have good thoughts and to have bad thoughts. But a evil spirit, oh, what is that? Wonderful. So this means that the bad thoughts has dominated the good thoughts. Okay? The evil is working. Now, I'm gonna make it to you to understand. Someone is very, very angry, and he's fighting against someone else. In this moment, the evil spirit possesses the body and tells you directly, if you do not fight the other person or finish him, then he can finish you. Which means that you have no control no more about your good spirits, about your body. It is like you make click and the evil spirits take over, and you start fighting, you start shouting, you start killing, etc., etc. Raping, you start doing different kinds of things. Now, if you see today people, because it starts very young, if you see are gonna go to the ghettos in America, or the slums in Brazil, or the slums in the Africa, you're gonna find a lot of gangs, people that are inside of gangs, etc. What are the conditions of the gangs? How can you become a member of a gang? The first thing they're gonna tell you is you have to jump in. You have to jump in. A ritual. You have to kill, you have to go to steal something, you have to be beaten, you have to do something that is good for the gang, a ritual, so that the gang members knows that you become now a part of them. So, what happens after that? Because the most of us, it's like smoking, etc. People are searching for, you know, not really the truth, but they are searching for their self-lust, what their heart wants. I want a car, I want women's, I want to be successful. This is what the people want. And your heart will take you directly, because this is a spiritual world. Because the things that you want, the heart will take you directly to this kinds of things that you want. But now, the problem is that how do you receive the things? Do you receive the things by working for it? Or do you receive the things by being put into a pit, into something that you can't come out from? So, for the most of the people that has no money, it is normally impossible to drive a Benz, yeah, if you don't have the money. If you comes from the bad neighborhood, you have to start dreaming that you will live in the Villa Conda, you know. So, but we as people, because of our heart first, yeah, because we see how television, media, and we see radio, how people are showing us the living standards of them. The first thing that we're gonna ask ourselves is, look at how he's on the way. The first thing that we're gonna ask ourselves is, why do they live in this standard? And we want to live like this too. We want to become the same persons. You know? And so, what happens then? The spirit comes. You know, this is something what the most of the people does not know. Your thoughts become true. But how? How your thoughts can become true? It's because your heart and your thoughts and the cosmos, the universe, have said you can become what you want. But how do you become it? And this is the problem. Do you wait for Tatanzambi to give you the things on his way and on his time? Or do you want the things fast? For the most of our children or young people, the problem is that if they go out, they study, or they, you know, they have friends, etc. What they do not know is every one of us was young, and you know, the world is completely difficult to understand. Some of the friends are already, you know, we have the evil spirit, yeah, that can come and go, yeah, because you are angry, because you have smoked weed and you have drink alcohol, or because something happens that is really mugged you in your life, you know, like your parents died or something. Then the evil spirit can be, you know, because you're watching different kinds of porns, books, etc., different kinds of things, but it comes and goes. Then you have the evil that you are born with in the blood. So the most of our children does not know that there are some people that we used to walk with, that we used to talk to, you know, some people that will come across into our lives, girlfriends, friends, that these people, they are evil. which means that, you know, that there are some people in their life, they never think good. You know, they have always some bad ideas. Oh, let's rob the bank. Let's smoke weed. Let's look here, try this cigarette. Why you are not smoking? You have to smoke. If you do not smoke, you are not cool, man. You know, where do you live and who are you? Or they come with things like, why are you virgin? Man, this is a party. There is Cool J. Cool J, he's the chicker. Everyone have to sleep with Cool J. You know, this is how the spirits, what is the word, sometimes goes into your mind, then it possesses your heart, and you say that you uh, accept this lie that comes out of the spirit from the mouth of this persons, and you will be deceived. This is what it calls me and the devil walking side by side, which means you have made a pact with something that you do not even know. And this pact is internal, yeah, because it will take something from you if you want or not. You will start smoking. You will start rebellious against your parents. You will start going to parties, clubbing. You will become the fashionist. You will become a gang member. No. I'm filming myself. Okay, go ahead.
Nice day.
Yes, thank you, bro. Now, you know, and this is how the thing walks. You know, let me go for a walk in our nice Germany here. Now, what happened? Um, let's go back to the gang member thing, and let's now take an example. Normally, I used to talk about young mans because I know the life. I know how this life is. It's not easy. If people sometimes say to some people, stop smoking, stop being a war, stop being a gangster. Do you know how this person come into this? Did you ask him, how did you come into this? First, this is a good question. Mostly these things happens because of friends, but sometimes also because of families. Families, if someone came from the bad neighborhood, had bad parents, and mostly if you see someone is very, very, very violent, you have to know that he also saw violations, you see, in his life. And some of the people that we used to see from outside, they are good people, but sometimes a lot of different kinds of things happens to them, and that's why they are marked. An evil spirit has possessed them, and these people are not supposed to do good things. There are some people, they can't do good things, even if they are your best friend, whatever. Now, and this is sometimes where good people, yeah, and I really say good people, used to, because you have to walk like the world walks. You have to talk like the world talks. You have to have the same thoughts like the world have the same thoughts. It is like people today fighting against the coronavirus. Yeah, Louis Farrakhan's one of the best speeches against the coronavirus, against Bill Gates and co. But what people do not expect is, you have like 5G and etc. So if the people say all the phones you should have 5G, do you go now back to the phones from the 1920 or something, or 40? Yeah, because there is now everywhere 5G. If they say everyone has to receive the vaccines, without vaccine you can't fly, without vaccine you can't not do anything, do you not receive the vaccine? So the world has a chief, a boss, a king. This world have a king. This world have his laws. And if you do not do according to these laws, then you will be outside of the laws of this world. And this means that you will be, it is hard to live like this. What I want to say is, yeah, there are some things people does not even have an option. Okay, and this is what the most of the people does not even know, that there are some things that our children goes into. They didn't have an option because they were young. They did not understand the situation. They could not see the future of this, what they were into, and then the devil catches them. And when if the devil catches us, what happens? Because it is spiritual, the devil spirit. This means that we will be possessed. We will be put into a pit, and we can't come out of it. And it is very, very hard to go to your parents and tell them, oh, father, oh, mother, do you know I'm using drugs? Do you know, father? Yes, I'm doing prostitution. Do you know? And this is the problem. So now let's go a little bit deeper into it. So today I put prostitution there. I did not say gang life, because if I would talk about gang life, some people would be shocked. What the one that told me about this blood gang, crip gang and stuff, these are pacts of Satan, yeah, where you never ever will come out from to. And we have to know, there is a lot of pacts. You can sign into contracts. You have a pact. You can do several things, but gangs and wrong friends, this is very, very, very dangerous. So now look at this. You have in the lands, in the places of this world, where the people used to be have not so much money. You have a lot of violence there. If you see a lot of violence, it's almost there where the people are poor. This has nothing to do with or color or something like, ooh, the black people are aggressive people. No, uncivilized. No, it's because only where you see the Brazilians and stuff like this, with young ages, prostituting themselves, yeah, or in the Caribbeans, it's because they are poor. White people used to go. White people used to wait. What is this for? Ugly place. Never can sit here. Phew. Now, white people used to white people used to go to the lands from the poor and buy children's young boys with 5 years old, 7 years old, but and from the parents and from the streets, etc. So it is even allowed in such in the Caribbean and stuff to do prostitution. So how can that be? How can the Mossad let something like this happen? Let's go a little bit deeper into these kinds of things. Brothers and sisters, there are certain things we have to know. Prostitution is a work that it is a work, by the way, huh? It is something that it is the oldest work, the oldest work. Yeah, this means it comes with the first man's. Yeah, prostitution was already there. We can even say it happened even in the Garden of Eden. So prostitution, by the way, the Garden of Eden story is not completely true, but prostitution was always there. Prostitution is a part of this life. The problem is, do I do the prostitution because I love to sell my body? Or do I do the prostitution because I need money? Or, you see, these are the two options. The thing is, the most of the people do the prostitution because they need money, or Also, there is another option, which means that someone kidnapped you to do this work. Now, watch carefully. In this world, if you see that if you see in this world that someone is in prostitution, this means that he's abandoned. Yeah, abandoned, which means that the parents did not take care of the person, or he's even sent by the by the parents or a friend or something. Mostly it is like this, that the person has saw a lot of violence at home. She or he went out, and after that, because he's abandoned, he's alone, he has no friends, this spirit of evil spirit will get form of a human. Yeah, and this young man will find someone, a woman or a man, and this man will rape this young man or this woman again, and show him the bad side of this world, so that this person's heart will be mocked, and then this person will say, oh, I have no parents, I have no this and this, I will give myself completely to the for the gang, I will give myself completely for the military. Yeah, I mean, it's all the same pacts. This is me and the devil walking side by side. Even in the music industry, I saw the same things, people doing pacts. Yeah, I saw it. It's not like a joke or something like that. I saw people sleeping in cercueil, which means that graves. Okay, they're sleeping there. After 3 days, because I could not know everything. It was like only they was telling me parts, and I was so cool. I did not understand anyway. Today I understand. Today, the one that opens the eyes, because there I could not understand. After the 3 days, the guy came out. We went to his house, and hey, so many followers. So many followers, and I did not understand in this time what these people was doing. But these people, they made some pacts. There are some pacts that people know that they have done with. Okay, people that used to say they have they slept with 13 devils or stuff like that. I used to hear that from German women. You know, uh, you know, different kinds of rituals that people do, that they know they have done it. But for the people that do not do, like the most of our people, this is a very, very dangerous thing. This means if you see someone is doing this kinds of works like prostitution, he is in the gang, he's in music and all these things, or something that is very, very weird, gangster life, you have to know that parents have to pray like crazy for this person. They have to pray, they have to find gunzas, take picture of this man or boy, etc., and pray and pray and cry. It is the evil spirit that is always around him. No one can come out of this life by his own power. Prostitution and all these gang things that is going around this world, it starts spiritual and it is spiritual. Okay? Which means that no one with his normal mind, and later they will give them person drugs, the person will think that everything that she's doing is normal, because only like this, only there she will find friends, only there she have peace. And there's some people that will, take these persons, people that they have to do a jump in, prostitutes. Which means that several men comes in a room and rape this person. And now you are, how old, like 5, 6, or even 12, and things like this happens to you. This means that never ever Never ever you will become normal again. And I can tell you something. I had even a cousin. A cousin. We grew up in clubs. She used to love clubbing, and she was very, very smart. But you know, the Most High took me completely, because I was always the son of the Most High, by the way. But then he took me completely by showing all the evil that I have done, by repenting in front of him, by giving me a gift of kososola, means of understanding what is good and bad, and to recognize, the Most High is the first thing. What the first law that the Most High will give you is to know who the Most High is. And if you know this, who the Most High is, then you're gonna respect the Most High directly, automatically. And this is what the most of the people does not have. They talk about the Most High, but they do the controversy against him because they do not have the gift. It is a gift to give respect and to honor the Most High, to put him above everything in this world. And this is what the most of the people does not have, because it is a gift. What I want to say is, my cousin, she was no, very, very attractive woman. But the friends of her and all the things that she have done, later she landed in a bordel. And I woke up. The Most High already was starting me to telling me things, and then this time I was in the church of my uncle, and we heard that my cousin, she started doing prostitution in a big city in Germany. And I was like, oh man, now she was with drugs. She took she had always, if I was seeing her, she had new boyfriends, and all of these boyfriends were black. And because she was very smart. She had always a job. She you know she was mistreated by this man's, and she wanted to have a man, a good boyfriend, but she always because the women's love to have a boyfriend that is nice, good looking. I don't know how they I'm not a woman, but today it's not like it was in the ancient time, that the woman that the parents and stuff like this comes and showed you your woman that you should marry, and you do the traditional ritual so that everything is fine and your woman will be fine and you will be fine. There was never a problem with that. But today it's like, oh man, if you do not look like Ti, it's like I will choose who I want. I can, So she had a lot of boyfriends, and something happens to her with her friends that she has also. She wanted fast money, then something happens to her, then she landed into a bordel. A bordel. It's where the women should sell themselves for money. So now, if you like this, hit the the like button, please. So now the bordel, with young ages, you people used to go to bordels and knows how women are treated there, and all these things. People in the Poland, people in the Slovakia, poor people, because we used to talk a lot of about us black people. But in the poor countries, Slovakia and everywhere, they used to sell their daughters for $500. Here in Germany, there's even official bordels where women get even good money, paid monthly. But all this thing, how can someone that was at home, that used to study, that used to learn a lot of things. How can someone land in a bordel? In a house full of bitches? How can someone land in a place, yeah, starting smoking crack and etc. and all these things? Now it will come. It is very easy. It's by deceiving from not the human. Now listen carefully. It's by being deceived of evil spirits that is in the human or friends, etc. And this evil spirit will make a pact with you. And by the Almighty Yah, you will never come out of it. Never. Because it's like you make a pact with the devil. Okay? You are dancing with the devil. You are walking with the devil. You are talking to the devil. And there is no Most High. The Most High is far away. He's watching. He's over the devil. We have to understand. But he can't help you. There, you by yourself have to say, stop. I do not want to be violated again. You know, and you have to say stop. Stop. And you have to beg to the Most High, yeah, to take you out of this cage. And this is also spiritual, because you can't say, before you come to this mind to say, stop, I do not want no more. You know, there are people, there was in the hole. You know, we have children's. They go into the hole down there to take coltan, to take different kinds of minerals. You know, I normally used to make a video about it. It's Yop 36. But it is also very, you know, there are some secrets that I have about this. That's why I do not like to share too much about what we have under the earth and what is really going on under the earth, or what means the whole earth and the wonder into it that holds the earth. Because there are different kinds of stuff. There are doors to other dimensions, and people will never understand. They will think I am, you know, crazy or something. But this is normal. Now, watch. What happened? These children, they are there under the holes. Now you are stuck under the hole. And you are 2 or 3 days down there. And if you believe or not, there are people, they are in such situations, women, etc. They do not cry to the Most High and say, hey, Most High, help. Women's getting beaten, raped, and etc. They're like, They not. It's in the Bible. It's there. If you are getting raped and you do not open your mouth, you know, you do not cry, you do not shout, later because you do not shout, because you let these things happen to you, you have to be killed. These are the old laws. That's why please do not come with me with the old laws or something. Okay? This is not from the Most High. It's done with. Everything has its time, and we know how. You know, there's one that will tell you how the things are today. It's like the Isaiah had the time to explain, if this war down there is a war, okay, we know she is. But if you do not have a sin, then throw the first stone to her. No one could do that because all people are sinners. Okay? So we have to understand the thing in a spiritual way today. It's not about killing people. We're going to the Asian traditions if you do not even know about the Asian traditions. If you do not even know about spiritual things. Yeah? Because they are people that is given to them the spiritual gifts to understand the spirituality and the laws and statutes. And it is not in the Bible. It is in the spiritual realms, yeah, that you can use the Bible to define the things, yeah, to understand the things, but the full understanding comes from Yah. He is the lawgiver. He is the lawyer. He is the judgment. He knows how to judge things. It was always like this. He chooses the kings. He gives the judgment. He knows when and why he's judging and how he's judging. Not like if someone today you have a lot of pedophiles outside there. Why do they not get the same judgment like we normally should give them? Why are these pedophiles? Why do these pedophiles receiving 3 years of jail? 3 years. And a black guy, a black man that is beating a police officer, getting killed or getting a lifetime in prison. You see? So please, we have to be very careful with laws, yeah? Because there is a law from the Most High, and this is pure and good. And there is a law from Satan, yeah. Okay? And most of the things of the Most High, it changes or become purified in his times. That's why no one wanted to understand Isaiah. No one wanted to understand Simeon Token, etc. Because for our people, it's about killing, killing, killing. And another thing is that okay, let's go back to our understanding of prostitution. So after the water is here, people are like trying their best. How can I come out of the hole? What can I do? They thinking. A man is a thinker. He's like, how can I save myself? He go under the water and try to do his best to save his life. But after the water comes to his nose and he can't breathe, then maybe he will say, Tatan Zombie, take my life. I can't no more. Please, Tata, I haven't believed in you. I repent. Father, I can't no more. Please take my life and say sorry to my parents, to everything that I have done. La 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 la. And this is the click of salvation. Do you get me? This is the click. The Most High won't help you before he sees that you really, really means it like this. Then he taking you out of this pit in the miracle ways. We saw that my cousin was sold by white, Jewish, and really, no lie. And that time the Massa was telling me, I say, no, she will come out. She's there. This and this happens. We start praying for her. You know? And by all these prayers, because we did not know where she really was. She was in this city, then she went to another city. One day, she came out of it. And all this took 1 month. But she was in this work more than 1 year. But in this 1 month, we knew about these kinds of activities. And I know. I wanted to become someone. I know how these things works. I prayed against these evil spirits. I taught my family and her family what they have to do. You know, we fought these people. It was too hot. She left it. She was like, yeah, I did not know how I came into this. I could not go out. La la la. Yes. How do you want to go out of it? You know, and this is something where a lot of people are into. You go to You go to the bigger cities, and if you go to the slums, you find always young women's doing prostitution, men's gang members, etc. You know, and if you ask how they did start these things, they have an incredible story behind it. The most devilish stories that you never have heard. And then people are gonna say, in the name of Jesus. Brothers and sisters, this has nothing to do with Jesus. This is how the world runs. This is the true world. Okay? There are some people, they are lucky if they go to church their whole life and Jesus here, la, la, la. There are some people, they are lucky if they grew up in a good neighborhood. But we have a lot of people, yeah? They saw so many violence. And this violence has changed their lives. Oh, I have an appointment. I have to stop this. This violence has changed their life. That's why they become this what they are today. And these are the people, yeah, that the Most High never will let them to stay like this. These are the people that the Most High will save. There's no church member searching for such people. There's no government searching for such people. Everyone's laughing about these people that lives in the streets, people that are abandoned from their parents, etc. No one cares if children getting lost. No one cares about anyone who is losing his child into gangs, crimes, and all these things. They would say, no, it's black on black, they killed each other, it's normal. Police officers used to play cowboy, yeah, Django Unchained, yeah, with people in Brazil. They go to, they see black young people running away, boom, boom, they started shooting. Okay? They shooted at me here in Germany, police officers. So I know where this come from. I know where this come from. That's why. You see, really, you see people doing prostitution, not even getting paid by selling their body. People give them drugs. Drugs is the beginning. Drugs is the beginning of the end of a human mind. If you want to let evil to come into your life fast, use drugs. You have these kinds of things, these kinds of pacts at work. You have these kinds of pacts in different kinds of forms. In different kinds of forms. You can have a man, he's a talented man, he used to work for a company, and he's very talented, everything works good. But behind this, there is a pact that he have done, and one day it will come back to him. So all these things, there is a key about it. You have to take the problem and put it into the place. Let the Most High, yeah, fight for this problem. You have to pray daily for this one problem that is so big. And only like this, these people can come out. Then maybe the person himself will recognize Yah and will say the words that Yah want to hear so that they can come out of it. Okay? If not, there is no chance. You see? I tell you. One last words. I was before to become someone for the Muzungus used to say, I used to become someone popular. I was a front of contracts. But I was always hearing good and seeing good, and the Most High chose me from the womb of my mom. And because they have tried so many times to tell me things, maybe I was ignorant because I did not really understand. Because if the evil persons show you the evil like this means they can't trick you. By the way, I was tricked from all the time, because it is like this. The world is full of tricks. I was deceived from the beginning. If not, I would not be in this come to these situations. But these people, I could hear their crying. I was asking herself, friends, white friends, how did you become so popular? And they was like, yeah, we have to do some rituals. Yeah, someone you have to. I was raped, and I was like, huh, what? And then he never talk about this again. But after listening to others, also friends, so-called friends, like women's, who are you? Yeah, I used to believe in flying things, and she had her breath of butterflies here, and I used to, my parents, I do not have nothing to do with my parents, and a lot of violence against parents, also something like that. That's why the parents are the first gods. If you want to find a god, your parents are the first gods that you should obey, that you should listen to. You want to find God? God is a human. Satan is a human. Ay, 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 ay. What happened? I was listening to her. I believe in this and this. And I was like thinking on the Bible. Like, what is the flying thing? What is the thing under the water? And I understood they believe in mommy water. She is representing these things. And I kissed her and I understood. I could see, I could smell, I could see. I could understand. Boy, this is the true world. I could see why they do like this. That's why I one day I will show our people what they do, and I will show ours. You see? Very simple. Very simple. You can go to the testimonies of the people that came out of the music industry. Go out to the people that did any witchcraft or all those things. Some, because the most of them died. If you go into a pact like, let me go back because I have an appointment. If you are into a pact like a gang member or you know, if a devil pact, the first thing is he will always deceive you. He will always give you a little. You wanted money, then he will give you money, but he will use your body for the money. You know, he will always. It's a ritual. But what happens after that, brothers and sisters? You will never find freedom. That's why the Isaiah was saying in the Bible, it's written that I will give you peace. Peace means not that you will have a peace like that you will come out of this world and you are out of this world. No, peace means that He will give you understanding of this world from good and bad, and He will protect you, and you will not have the problems like the most people have. Like, how can I explain? The most of the people that are into these pacts, maybe they have money but they can't sleep good. They are persecuted. They have, with their families, they have problems. No one used to believe in them. They have no friends, etc. Many things. So this is not a peace. But we that receive the Mondan Semi, we are free of that. Normally you have to. You have to be free of that, and you can always say to Tatanzambi, help me, and excuse and all these things to be free from all the evil spirits. You see? And they do not have it. They do not have the contact to the Mwanda. They do not have the contact to the Tatanzambi. They are in bondage. The most of the people that used to say, "Oh, my children smoke weed, and my children is in the university." In the university, it starts. I was there. In the university, you have different kinds of people. Some of the people, the most of the people do rituals. to do to do their university. They're using drugs. They do a lot of different kinds of things. This is university. University is about having fun with Satan, having fun with this one here. This is what they do. This is university. This is European university, means to keep the horns of Satan, yeah, to serve Satan. This is the university. Hey, let's go to the university. I show you everywhere the signs. I show you in the books what they learn. I show you the lifestyle of the students. Every student live like this. Party here, sleeping with two, with men, la la. This is what they do. And you at home think your son is at the university? You sold him. You sold him. You have to tell him how the world is. There are different kinds of religion in the university. Spirituality. You have punks. You have different kinds of things. Yeah. Okay. Salama, brothers and sisters. If you have some questions to this, just ask. Yeah. You know, I would really wanted to make this video to talk a little bit about, to talk a little bit about how the things works in the spiritual world, in this world. Only thing that I can say is, if you see people, they live like this, because today the Most High has not established his power and kingdoms to this world. It's not about laughing. It's not about just watching. Sometimes it's really about, especially if you see black people, to tell them about the Most High, because it's so hard. It's so hard to take someone of this world to come to our world, to understand the real freedom. My cousin today, she took a white man, yeah, and so if someone say, "Ooh, Mikhael, how can it be that she took a white man?" La la la. She have only seen violence by black men, so she have to take a white man. It's normal. That's why she have a white man, and she's fine. She have 2 children now with the white man. And you, black man, you could not give her what she wanted. That's why she have a white man, and it's good, because this is how the things works. And that's why one day I will make a movie, for the understanding, for the people that used to say, because they are non-spiritual. I love to always hear like salvation is only for, So if salvation is only for you, then do according to the Most High, then salvation will be only for you. Ezekiel was the best example. I said it yesterday. Ezekiel was sent to his people. The Zambi said to Ezekiel, they will not hear. They are stiff-necked. But if I would send you to other people, they would hear. They would be good to you. You will be their kings. The whole world is searching for salvation. White people, they have seen so much violence. They have a pact. The most of them are the children of the Satan. Yeah, they do not even know the Most High. If they would know the Mondan Semi, if they would know the Most High, they would accept. But the black man, he do not accept. Not to me, lying to everyone else, but not to Mikhael. Thank you very much. I'm out.